Alright, today, me and my friend Alex are doing another versus video. This time on a system he thinks is better than the Sega CD.
So today I have the Xbox 360 with me, and it's basically kind of going to be the debate with the Xbox One.
I do not know if I'm going to win this one, but I'm pretty sure I won in Television 2 versus Xbox One.
Well, to me, I honestly think I could probably win.
Now, these two things are very similar. They both use discs, and they both have a tray that comes out, don't they, Alex?
Yes, they do.
And then this also has a memory. And this has a built-in memory. And if it doesn't have enough, you can actually put a cart into the Genesis. And also remember, this is an add-on, and it costs $100. This costs $160. And also, this is very unreliable, as that is actually reliable. Except for your red circle of death. You know that red circle of death. It does have 2 USB ports, and I would not set it up there if I were you. But yes, this isn't that reliable. But, let's look at the consoles themselves. So, like I said, they both have a tray that comes out.
Okay, so with Xbox 360,
Might want to bring it a little bit closer.
we have a
lot of exhaust on the side.
Yes, and we have a plain shade of white.
Yes. You can get this in black or a black slim.
Yes, and if you don't like this, you could honestly go online before you buy this and buy a custom one that could say like your favorite.
You could buy a Taco Bell one for just a couple $1,000.
And there was actually a thing going on for like a gold one.
Yes,
I believe.
There were very rare versions of this.
And on the website you
Does
can
have memory cards right there too.
Yes, we have 2 memory cards, Unit A and Unit B, and we have our regular power button, but it can also turn into the red power button of death.
Red circle of death, people. Big problem with this thing. But it still did better than the PlayStation 3.
True that. Okay, so we have a bunch of exhaust on the bottom sides. And we have a bunch of insert cords that you could put a bunch of cords in.
A bunch of cords in.
Yep, a bunch of cords.
Also, I feel like I should mention that this memory is really cheap right now. Because it's year 2016, but when it first came out, I believe it's expensive. It's kind of large. Nice thing that mine's built in. Except you're not really going to lose this. It really just snaps on there really nice.
Yes, yes it is. Okay, so, that's basically what it looks like for my console.
Alright, time for mine. Now, mine slides right under the Sega Genesis. And like I said, it has a tray that comes out. It has some decent games. I can say that it doesn't have the best of games, but I do think it's a nice console. With games like Snatcher and Night Trap, and you can even lock in the Sega Genesis so no one just pulls it out. It just inserts right on the side on top of here. And even though this is unreliable, it can even play music discs. Hey Alex, can your thing play music discs?
Well,
Nope.
it probably...
No, it cannot play music discs.
You could download... There is...
Yeah, but it cannot play music discs. It literally cannot read them.
That's dumb.
But they both use discs. And I think mine looks a whole lot sharper than yours just does. Can you agree?
Well, that's just because this one's white.
Huh?
This one's just because it's white. It's white.
Mine looks sharper, especially with the Model 1 Sega Genesis. Mine is much sharper. And mine, again, like in television, is much smaller. Not a whole lot smaller, but still, it's smaller.
Okay, so guys, now we're going to be talking about games.
Games! So, Alex, why don't you go get your games, and I'll go get mine. Alright, we're back, and I'm going to talk about my games. So, I only have one with me, and that's Prize Fighter. And it's a... How dare you? It is a really bad game, but I don't want to show you that. the games I want to talk about are Night Trap. Alex, we're talking about Night Trap. Night Trap was a very controversial game, and they even had a whole court decide whether it should be known. Did you know that? They actually had a whole court case whether it should be released or not. Of course, stuff like that now, who cares if a little girl's getting murdered? But Night Trap and Snatcher are great games for the Sega CD. Night Trap may be known for it being bad, but it's still really funny. And all the games, they have really cheesy cutscenes, and those are great to watch. They're so laughably bad. There's nothing laughably bad except for Big Bum on the Xbox 360.
Okay, so today my game is
Grand Theft Auto 4.
Grand Theft Auto 4. Now, many of you may know this, but this game was actually has one of their main characters has actually glitched into Grand Theft Auto 5. True
What?
fact.
Explain that.
So, it's basically, so if you've ever played GTA 4, you know the main person is Nico.
Nico.
Yes, and Nico has somehow possibly been hacked into Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh, he has?
Yes,
Oh, that's good.
somehow. And he is in the police station, but he's not always there. So, you can find him in his regular clothes, but that's honestly a pretty weird thing. But GTA 4 is honestly a good game. But the only thing that I could say could be easier is to get guns. Because you basically have to
It is very hard to get guns.
You have to go basically through halfway of the storyline just to get guns.
Alright, so now that we've talked about games, let's take a quick time to talk about controllers. And you might be asking, why do I have an Atari controller when that uses Sega Genesis controller? Well, that's just the thing. My plug import can play Atari controllers, it can use Intellivision controllers, and Sega Master System controllers, Atari Jaguar controllers. I don't know why you'd ever want to use those, but it can use all kinds. ColecoVision. There's an infinite number. What's it called? 7800. Yeah. There are tons of controllers you can use, so that's always really nice when you can use all kinds of different controllers.
Okay, so
You're stuck with that controller.
So I'm back with the...
Wait, but I want to explain the main controller real quick. So this Sega Genesis controller, this is a 6-button controller. So it has 6 buttons, a nice D-pad, and a start button. The original controller is more comfortable, but I still like this. Alright, Alex, you talk about yours.
Okay, so I have the Xbox 360 controller. We have our regular Y, B, A, and X. Our start, our select, our turn on button, our joysticks, our D-pad, our shooters, and then we have our battery pack. It takes 2 AA batteries, if you already didn't know that, and you can actually customize this.
Customize this just like Xbox One.
So that's basically what I have to say about the Xbox 360 controller.
So this is the end of the video, and I advise you to go in the comments and say which one you think is better. Once I free up the comments, I turned them off and I don't know how to turn them back on. But once I realize how to do that, leave a comment on which one you think is better. So thank you for watching.